So you're finally on Clubhouse, but now you're struggling to build your following. Don't worry, I got your back. I got all the tips and strategies to help you grow your following on Clubhouse fast. Stay tuned.
Freedom Nation!
What it do, baby? It's your boy Drew Romeo. Welcome back to another episode of Freedom Nation, where I show you tips and tricks to help you to become free and to live your true self. All right, guys. So without further ado, we're gonna get started with the tips and tricks on how to grow your following fast on Clubhouse, because we know how hard it was to get in the first place. And now that you're here, you want to make sure that you're taking advantage at the early adoption phase. Right now, only iPhone and iOS users are able to hop onto the app, but this is your opportunity to literally take over and to grow your followership literally right now. So just like the early days of Facebook, early days of Instagram, while the growth is organic and easy to get, you want to go ahead and do that. And for those of you guys who are coaches, consultants, people who have products to sell, who have offers, or even skills that they want to share with people or to the masses, this is an awesome way to do that. All right, guys, here comes tip number one. The first tip is to make sure you are joining rooms that are interesting to you. Joining rooms that are interesting to you while you're browsing through Clubhouse allows you to actually engage with the conversation. It makes you want to actually raise your hand, get on stage, and to contribute. That's literally step number one. If you're joining into a room that you're not interested in, that's literally gonna allow you not to feel the need to get in there and to contribute. You're literally just gonna be in the audience and just consume the content, which is fine, but your goal here is to grow, right? And you wanna make sure you join a room that you have an interest in, because now when you contribute, you actually know a little bit about the topic, or you have a question to kind of increase the engagement in that room. And moderators love when you do that, because interesting questions and people who are there to help to contribute, obviously if you've done your homework, you want to make sure you're contributing good information, or information that has some source that people can reference to, either in your bio or maybe give them a link and where you got the information, because that helps to validate what you're saying, and it helps to give you some credibility. So that way you are known as the person who not just giving information, but someone who's actually giving credible information. So that's just a good tip that I want you guys to take advantage of. Tip number two, ask to join on stage so that way you can contribute. Like I mentioned in the first tip, partially towards the end, now that you join a room that you're interested in, the next step is to join on stage. Raise your hand, ask a question, contribute. Once you contribute, like I said, you'll be now seen as someone who's been active. Many times I've joined rooms that I've never been in before, and people have said like, hey, I've seen you in plenty of other rooms, or I've seen you giving value in other rooms and I appreciate what you've done. Or they would DM me or DM you on your IG in your DMs, and that's how they're able to connect with you, right? So this is what makes Clubhouse so cool and so organic right now, is because whenever I see a topic that I like, I join in and I make sure to hop in and raise my hand to ask a question and contribute to the topic. And if it's too controversial or I don't feel like jumping in, I won't, but make sure you join in rooms that you have some type of background in, that you feel comfortable contributing. I think that's literally going to help you along the ways when it comes to growing your followers. The next tip is to make sure that your bio is optimized. And what I mean by optimize is to make sure your bio is really straightforward to the point, so when people click on your picture on Clubhouse, they only see the first 3 lines, and if they don't tap to see the rest, if you don't capture their attention, then they won't tap to see the rest of your bio. So make sure the first 3 lines are legit, everything that they need to know about you up front. So what it is that you do currently, what have you done in the past, and maybe what are your future goals, right? And so like, for example, if you want to say, hey, I work in this corporate position, I have helped this company make X amount of dollars, and my goal is to help 100 people within the next year. Like something like that, right? And people will click that and they'll be able to see the rest of your bio. And the rest of your bio should have information that's relative to what it is that you do, and so that people can learn more about you, right? So they can see exactly what you've done. It doesn't have to be a resume. Do not make super long, bios. I've seen those long bios. I don't ever read them unless the person is on stage and they're saying some really good stuff. It really takes a lot for me to want to read every single word, but I really like to read the first few words and I go down to the bottom to see what else that they have to offer. Sometimes people like to put in, links, even though you can't put clickable links in the bios yet, at least for now, as of today, but you at least can direct them to a place or website as long as it's nice and short and it's not a super long tail website. Then it would be a good place to put it there so that people can get in contact with you, have an easy domain name to remember, whether it could be your name .club, /watch or something like that. Something that people can really gravitate to and make it easy for them to connect with you. So be sure to optimize your bios. The next tip is to make sure to connect your IG and your Twitter to your Clubhouse profile. The reason why that's important is because there's no other place to communicate with you besides voice and when you're live on Clubhouse. So the only way that someone can communicate with you is through DM or Twitter. And so the best place that I've seen so far that's been the most effective is communicating via IG, right? So Instagram having a DM place where people can send you, an instant message, so that way you can go ahead and respond to them, or you can organize your responses based on people who are serious and that you can actually do business with in your primary folder, or people who are just saying, hey, thanks so much for the value, so that way you can at least respond to them and not leave them unread in your DMs. Now, once you're becoming a strong contributor in many rooms, you'll notice that the DMs will fill up pretty quickly, and you'll have opportunity many times to do business with people you would never had the chance to do so, right? And like I said, it's an organic reach right now, so there's no better time than start right now. I mean, right now. Like, even while I'm talking to you right now, please literally get started on connecting those two things. If you don't have a Twitter, get your IG connected. If you don't have an IG, get your Twitter connected. You need something, but if you can, do both, because now you've given people a choice to communicate with you. But in my personal preference, if you had to choose one out of the other, I'd say IG, because of the way that Instagram is set up. It's perfect, believe me. And last but not least is to make sure that you have your Instagram or Twitter optimized. And so I'm primarily speaking about Instagram because Instagram is a fairly easy place to kind of tell a story, right? Through pictures and a few words, and maybe even through your comments under your photos. And the reason why I say this is because once someone has come into your bio, you've contributed in many rooms, they started to follow you based on the information you're providing, they see that you're very serious and you know about your topic, and you're validating it with actual references that you can send them through links. And now they're checking out your bio and they're like, wow, this person's truly interesting. Let me see if I can connect with them on the DM. Now, when you get them to the point, anyone in the audience is listening to you and you get them to the point of wanting to reach out to you, they read your entire bio usually, and then they go ahead and click on Instagram, and then they may choose to follow you there because you can increase your followership at the same time. If you have a really strong profile, like I'm showing you right now with these tips, they can also follow you on Instagram and Clubhouse and reach out through your DMs. And now you've literally officially taken someone from one platform to another successfully. And because you have your stuff optimized, it's going to increase that. So now here are some ways you can optimize your Instagram. So making sure that your bio on Instagram either matches what you have on Clubhouse or gives some more information that they didn't otherwise know about you and your business or what you currently do. Because people want to find people who can help them or add values to their life, whether it's a problem that they need solved, whether it's a service you provide or some consulting or coaching, whatever it is. They're hoping to find something that they can find maybe not on Clubhouse, that they can find on your IG. Now, Instagram allows you to put in links inside of your bio, so that's a great place for you to say, hey, go ahead and check out my IG if you guys are interested in my services. There's a clickable link in my bio. Click that and it'll take you directly to where you need to go. Many times people use things such as Linktree to allow people to see other services or other links or other websites they can find to contact you because they couldn't fit it on the IG profile or the IG bio. And that's fair, right? So now it's giving you more chances for them to see exactly what it is you offer and what it is that you do, which is awesome. Now, once you have that optimized, also take advantage of changing maybe some of your pictures. If you haven't visited your IG in a while or maybe updated some stuff, put some updated pictures. Make sure that you're giving off exactly the same energy that you're putting out on Clubhouse so that way it's congruent, right? You don't have to do this, but like I said, it gives people the ability to know, like, and trust you because not only are you communicating with them in live time with your voice, right? You're also communicating with them with non-verbally with the pictures and the message you're sending out, with the captions you have, the people you follow, and the stories that you put on IG. When all these things congruent and they match and on the same frequency, people can see that this person is literally the same person through and through. I've done my due diligence, I've done some work, and I looked at their IG, literally matches what they're saying on Clubhouse. So make sure that you're doing your homework when you're actually getting on Clubhouse and trying to connect with people, making sure your IG profile is optimized to the best of your ability, so that way when people go to look you up, you are who you say you are. As I find more tips to add to this, I'll definitely be putting videos like this out to you guys. I really want to make sure that this is very useful to allow you to take advantage of the opportunity that is at hand right now with Clubhouse. Guys, if you find value, go ahead and click the like button right now. It helps the YouTube algorithm to boost this video up to help other people just like you. And also subscribe so you guys can always be in the know whenever I go live with a new video, and hit the bell because that'll let you know when my video actually goes live, all right? So I will love to see you guys back here again. Please feel free to hit me up on Clubhouse at Drew Romeo and follow me on Instagram because that's where I live, baby. I'll see you around in one of the rooms one day. Peace and love.